Welcome to Nerds in the Dark. I'm Mikie.
Malika.
Darnel.
And we're going to have a great discussion today. Today we're talking about the best and worst Halloween movies. It's not necessarily a top 5. We're going to go, we all have our own list. And they may or may not be in particular order. I think Darnell likes to have his lists, but like I'm just kind of like, these are great and these suck. Spoiler alert, all of Malika's are Halloween Town movies.
That's not true. First of all, there's not enough Halloween Town movies, okay?
Okay.
I need there to be 5. Can't believe they stopped after 3.
Yeah, she can't fill a top 5 because there aren't 5 movies. And she doesn't count the 4th one for some reason.
There wasn't a 4th one.
Oh, yeah, because it didn't have, what's her name?
Kimberly J. Brown.
Oh, yeah. For somebody who it wasn't their favorite, but she knows Kimberly J. Brown up and down.
First of all, I never said it wasn't my favorite. I said it wasn't all of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
and
that's how that
I know her
is.
from other things. She's done more than just Halloween Town.
Okay.
I'm going to tag her on this, and hopefully she sees it on TikTok and does a reaction because I love her.
Yeah? You go ahead and we'll download a clip of you saying that you love her and hope for a reaction. That'll be great.
Yes. Yes. More coverage.
Oh,
Get
this
more
is so
people.
good. Okay. So,
Did you guys know? Hold on. Did you know that Halloween Town came out 22 years ago? 22 years ago.
did you know that we were trying to be more organized lately?
No.
Y'all coming in here with those with those tangents. You're like, yo, let's talk about Halloween Town. All right.
You brought it
You
up, motherfucker.
started
I know. She's just like, I'm ready to move on, and yeah. All right, so it's Halloween season, guys, which means that we're going to talk about all the spookiest things that we want to talk about, which includes our best and worst movies. Some movies are absolutely great. They're horrifying, or they're creepy, or they just bring about that feeling of nostalgia that you really love.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are other ones where you see it every year, and you're just like, no, thank you. I don't want that. And without any further, I think we should start with our worst, right? Like, I think that's kind of like the ones that we don't like, so we can trash movies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We love to be like so happy-go-lucky here that we just want to trash movies right off the bat. So go ahead, Malika. Let's give us one of yours worst Halloween movies.
Monster House.
Monster House. That almost made my list. Go ahead. Why is that one? Why do you hate that one?
It had no business being that terrifying for a children's movie, okay? It had no business being that scary. Eliza and I talked about it recently. It's still too scary.
Ma'am.
It was terrifying, okay?
You are aware that the subject of this podcast is Halloween movies, right?
Yes, I understand that.
Okay. I just want to make sure that you're aware that we're talking
Cartoon?
about...
I was like, not another movie that I'm forgetting about. I had to Google it, and there's only a cartoon showing up. So you mean this cartoon?
It was, look, like I said, it had no business being that scary, okay? Don't judge me.
Oh, I'm gonna judge you.
We've already talked about how much of a chicken I am, okay?
By the way, this is me talking mad crap while also being the guy who has not finished Lovecraft Country yet because I saw the intro to episode 3 and said, not today.
Fucking cowards.
See, I at least watched that, okay? I got through it.
Okay. I mean, like, I still haven't. I started it again and then paused it again.
Motherfucker said
That's
Monster
like
House
every episode.
was too scary. But
Have you seen Monster House?
yes.
Have you seen it? Okay.
Herculean
It's
Heart, welcome to the
scarier.
chat.
No, more people that are gonna abuse me and attack me for being scared of things.
All right, Darnell,
I'm
let's
not
go ahead and go
prepared.
through one of yours. What are you
This is gonna piss off some people. Midsummer.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't know. I just gotta get into it. Like, it's not a horror movie. I just didn't like it. Partially because like it's just like some racist fucking inbred
I feel that.
date
I feel
rape
that.
movie.
Herculean Heart
Like-
asks who is watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I think both of you guys are, right?
I finished it, bro.
I'm
that
on, like,
shit is
ep-
so-
I'm on episode 3, so it's pretty good.
Oh, it was so good.
Malika was just attacked in these comments. The chat is vicious today. It is vicious. I'm not gonna repeat
gonna
that.
go cry.
I'm not gonna repeat that. But they saw your
I did
jugular
not-
and went for it.
First of all, I did not invite you to this live stream to attack me, okay? Came out to have a good time.
Also, a Herculean Heart, since you are subbed, please feel free to use the Mimic You rip emoji to really just emphasize how much you killed her.
I can't with you. I'm done.
So...
I'm done.
One that's on mine, which I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one, since we're going through the ones that have definitely given us hate. Blair Witch Project.
Okay.
Okay.
So Blair Witch Project was just like a phenomenon, and everybody was into it. And I saw that, and I was like, eh. Like,
Never
it's,
saw
I
it.
get that.
it's not good. It's like it's a found footage movie, and like the whole thing was that even though it was shot poorly and wasn't really well done, like the whole premise was that people were willing to believe in the urban legend. So it was just one of those movies where I really looked at it and was just like, yeah, this isn't good. And the longer it goes, the worse it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Herculean Heart says,
Don't even. No.
I'm surprised Malika finished Bly Manor since there are very pretty girls. Eee. Nico Blue Kitty says, hated Blair Witch Project. Same.
Yeah, I hate those found footage things. Like, they never do anything for me.
They can be good, but it's like they're meant to be shot like very. They're meant to be shot in a certain way that's like low budget, and you know, the premise, like, to excuse the poor quality is that it's filmed in a certain style, but then you know it doesn't hold up. Herculean Heart says Blair Witch Project was a breakout because of how our OD nature it came, and people bought into the hype. Yeah, that whole like they found a hidden movie, and if you watch the movie, like you know, it was like a whole like the campaign was amazing, but like the movie was eh. All right, Malika, what else is on your list? Let's go.
Well, I mean, we've already talked about Halloween Town.
Well, we're talking about
2,
bad
and
movies.
We're talking
3.
about bad movies. Bad movies.
Okay, we're still on bad movies.
Yeah, we got 5 bad movies, 5 good ones.
Okay. I thought we were gonna switch off good, bad, good, but okay. Skip me, come back. I really gotta think about the childhood trauma that these movies put me
Oh,
through.
this girl didn't even make a list.
See? Okay, I got you.
Herculean Heart, Blair Witch Project was the first of the found footage genre. Yes. Go ahead, Darnell.
The movie Bug.
Okay.
You remember that?
I'm not familiar with it. Tell me more.
So pretty much like 2 white people are like out in like some cabin, and the dude convinces this perfectly sane woman that he's been infected by bugs by the government, and she somehow is infected. And so they have like they're all wearing like tinfoil hats and like have like aluminum foil all blocking the windows to keep them safe from the bugs and try to get the bugs out. And eventually they just decide to set themselves on fire because they can't get the bugs out of their fucking skin.
Okay.
And it's like how like but she's like normal. Like, how the fuck does she go batshit crazy, like stuck in a hotel with this dude, when she could just get the fuck up and leave?
Like she could just be gone.
Yeah, like he's crazy. Okay, cool. He's stuck being crazy. Like, it's essentially like it was like they're stuck in there for like a weekend, and it's like she ends up going crazy. It's like, yeah, let's just burn them, like just kill the bugs by fire, which means also us too.
Okay,
like,
yeah, I get that.
Wise way.
All right, so you guys are gonna hate me for this, and I know I'm gonna get some hate. Someone in chat right now is gonna send me some hate. Okay, Saw.
Okay.
I can't stand Saw. So here's the thing. It's extremely gory, and it's the type of movie that I think is only good once. And when I think of like my favorite horror movies, like I watch them on repeat. But Saw it's gore for the sake of gore. And there's like a twist, but the twist is only good the first time you see it. And I think that because of that, it's a very poor experience, you know, because like you've seen one person cut off a foot, you've seen them all, you know, and it's just like, you know, the whole movie hinges on that will he, won't he thing, you know, and like the twist of who the real villain is. And so by the time you get there, you know, you on a second watch through, you're like, there's a lot of holes in this movie. So it's not as good. Herculean Heart says a lot of horror isn't about being a good story, but about how gory it is. I think that's really true, and that's why some of my favorite movies do tend to have a better storyline. Totally agree. It's gore for shock value. There is no story. It's gore porn. 100%. Malika, let's hit you. Are you muted?
Yeah. Oh, I can't hear you.
Here comes Malika ruining the show again. You pay up Comcast?
Yep, nothing.
There's nothing coming out of you. All right, Nico says, I do enjoy it and can watch and repeat, catching different things each time, but it's a one-shot for most people because the surprise is done. I mean, that's, you know, if you get enjoyment out of the movie, that's absolutely great for you. I'm one of those people where, you know, it's not really like if once you see the twists and the like short little details, like I think it's cool, but like there's some other parts where it's like, eh. Do you have sound yet, Malika?
I think she's rebooting her thing.
Oh, well, let's go ahead and skip back to Darnell.
All right. So I said Bug. I said Midsummer. I'm gonna say this other one for last. Invisible Man, 2020.
Ooh, I heard bad things.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's stupid. It's like, once again, like it could all be solved by her just saying, like, hey, this dude's fucking with me. But like instead she goes like the full like deep in, like, I know you're not gonna believe me. But I was like, then don't say the part that they're not gonna believe you on.
Yeah.
Just say the part like, hey, yo, somebody's fucking following me. Like,
yeah, work on the parts that you know, like people will help out with.
And like she decides to do the thing all on her own, and it's like, well, like you can prove it without doing this whole fucking like renegade, I'm gonna fucking go hunt people down part. You could just like, hey, here's this fucking room where like shouldn't exist with all these weird shit in it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that has anything to do with why I keep feeling like somebody's following me.
Ooh, Herculean Heart's out here with the hot take. The horrible movies are all the M. Night Shyamalans after The Sixth Sense. That's a hot take. That's a ghost pepper take right there. Malika, you back with us?
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Awesome. 13 Ghosts.
Man.
Oh, we're fighting right now.
I hated
Motherfucker, what?
Hated it. There's so much childhood trauma attached to that movie. I hated it.
This motherfucker.
I love that movie.
I can't.
How did we grow up in the same house?
You know how. You know how. Okay. You know who my mother is. You know who your mother is.
You're not invited to Thanksgiving.
Okay, but look, The first time I was exposed to that movie was with Mom. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Ida told her it was a good movie and it's not scary. She threw Elias at me. She threw a whole child at me and ran.
All right. So our mother is notoriously bad at how she treats her kids for horror movies. So I'll tell you one thing. I've always hated Poltergeist 3, and it's not like particularly bad. It's like, yeah, Poltergeist 3 is not on my list, but it's considered to me one of the scariest movies because of there's the context around that movie. So for anyone that knows the series, you know that the Poltergeist series follows the young child Carol Ann, and she's constantly being like trying to be taken by the ghosts, right? Well, during the filming of the third movie, the actress who plays Carol Ann died during the filming. Unrelated to the movie, she was very sick and she passed. And so for parts of the movie, they weren't able to film her. So what they did was use a body double, and in some cases they used like a prop child, and they just didn't show the face. So after a certain point in the movie, they no longer show her face. Right? And so that's fine. But this movie came out when I was a wee lad. And when I'm watching this movie, I'm maybe 6, 8 years old. And my mom leans over and she goes, "You know that little girl died, right?" Like, no, she's really dead. She's not there. They used a fake one. And my little child brain was like, the poltergeist got her. They're real and they came through the TV and I'm next. Because my mom is that type of person. Our mother is that type of person, and she scarred me forever. I can't watch the third movie anymore, and I'm an adult. So I get it. 13 Ghosts, though, is a great movie, so Malika, you suck.
I can't ever look at it the same, okay?
Oh, God.
I've tried to watch it, and I just can't.
Okay, alright. I'm going to give you guys a movie that I think both of you might not like me for, because I'm putting this on a movie I'm never really happy to see on Halloween. Casper.
Get out.
Sir.
Here's the thing. The movie doesn't hold up. Okay? It's very dated in both. It's very dated in both how it treats the characters' dialogue, and what actually happens in the movie. Okay? Like, first of all, okay, Casper's a child. Okay? He may have been dead for years, but he is a child. Like, on Christina Ricci. And it's very weird that they try to like push this like weird relationship. But also Casper's he's kind of a creep, just whispering in her ear while she's asleep. "Can I keep you?" Like, what? Nico says Casper's a movie I started crushing on Devon Sawa.
Okay.
Just okay, so like the movie centers around like the ghost wanting to be human again, and Christina Ricci wanting help, and she's not afraid of any of the other ghosts, and all the other ghosts are just like extremely dated personalities, and like they say some wild stuff like that's very inappropriate. And like I think every character in there's like not really a redeeming quality for any of them, but apparently the dad has a pure heart, so he's able to come back to life. That whole movie is a train wreck, I think. But you know, I know I'll catch some hate from it. Nico says it does not age well. It does not. Malika, let's hit another one on the list. You owe us 2.
Oh, I do. Okay. Can you just come back to me? Because I'm just trying to organize my thoughts.
Someone did not prepare.
I did not. I prepared my liked ones and why I like them. But you know
Herculean
me,
Heart
I
says it's
pretty
very
much-
90s Disney, and I agree with that. All right, Darnell, let's hit your list. What do you got?
Okay, 2 more left. I have Scream.
Oh, that's an interesting take. Let's hear
Oh,
that Pepper take right there.
Like it just like it's one of those movies I kind of wasn't really scared of like when it came out, and then I'm like when it comes on, like I had no desire to go fucking rewatch it. So I was like, huh. It must not have been that good if I did have no desire to like, you know what, like yeah, let me watch this motherfucker right quick. And it was like, nope, it's like not even TBS special worthy.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I've tagged this as family friendly. So I can't like say, you know, we got to be careful with some of the things that we say. But in that movie, there's a very problematic thing, and I think like I don't know if it's okay because they're the villains of the movie, but it's very interesting how the movie hinges around like they want to kill this person, but they also very much wait until they sleep with her to actually try to kill her.
Oh yeah.
Like it's problematic, right? Like they're the villains and they're bad, and it's like that's another way to say they're bad, but like that's very problematic. And I think that doesn't hold up today. Like I think that like if they remade that movie today, that wouldn't be a part of the plot. Malika, are we coming back to you again?
Yes, Paranormal Activity. I don't like any of them.
Okay.
At all. I just feel like they should have stopped after the first one, and they just didn't learn that lesson, and they kept going, and they just kept getting dumb, like just stupid.
Okay. I can get with you on that. I think there are some unique scenes in there, but it's another kind of one of those found footage ones, which definitely have a trouble holding up. See, Nico says, rules of a horror film, virgins don't die. They list the rules in the movie. That is true. I don't know if that makes it excusable, though. Herculean Heart says, a lot of horror, including Scream, assumes that both the characters and the audience is very dumb. I will agree with that. Like, there's a lot of movies that have really big flaws that, you know, because, you know, a lot of good writing will tell you, like, show, don't tell. And a lot of horror movies are just filled with exposition for no reason. You know? Like, you'll watch Lake Placid and they'll, like, give you, like, a crash course on, like, reptiles. Like, why? Why did I need to know this? Like, it's a big gator and it eats people. That's it.
Don't you sell it that good movie?
It was just an example. Like, I know that that's one of your favorites. It was just an example.
I'm watching you.
I'll give you another one of mine. Jason X.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Isn't he like in space, right?
He's in space. He's in space in the future. He gets a metal mask cybernetic makeover, right? There's only one good scene in that movie, by the way. It's like he's in a virtual camp, like, because they're trying to like get inside of his head, so they put him in like a hologram camp, and he grabs like somebody. He grabs somebody in a sleeping bag and just grabs them and does like how Hulk did to Loki, and he's just like blah 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 blah, and like that was just funny. Like, but otherwise that movie's terrible. Like, just so bad. Malika, I can't tell if you're frozen. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Somebody ain't paying their bill, man.
Oh, jeez.
All right, you're back.
Nico says Jason X should never have happened. That was the epitome of jumping the shark. I agree. I can agree with that. Jason X was like, why did they even at any point be like, yes, cybernetic enhancements, let's do an upgrade?
Yeah.
Like, what? Although, like, I guess there was another cool scene where like they froze somebody, like they froze somebody and then smashed their head after they were frozen. Yeah, that was kind of cool. All right, Malika, we have skipped you over so many times.
Okay, branching off of Jason X, Freddy versus Jason. Hated it.
Ma'am.
It was so gross, and it was just
Do we
I
have
didn't
the
know.
do we have the same parents? Are you adopted?
No, probably. No, I just really did. Like, as far as those movies are concerned, I did not like Freddy versus Jason.
No. Nico says blasphemy.
I'm sorry. There's just something about seeing, like, it's
Like, we're gonna be banned
I'm-
on YouTube now. I hope you know
wait,
that.
stop. Like, okay, but look, do you not remember the scene where he fucks a dead body, or at least starts making out with a dead body? That's no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wait, do you mean the drunk guy? Or
No, I remember a scene where, like, it looks like she's alive, but she's actually dead.
I'm
I remember
trying.
that scene.
I'm trying to remember. So I know that there's a scene in Freddy vs. Jason where there is a drunk guy that assaults a sleeping girl.
That's also very bad.
Yeah. And he's murdered by Jason. Because that whole series hinges the Friday the 13th series portrays all sex as bad, and therefore Jason kills everybody who has sex. So that person gets murdered while assaulting that woman.
Right.
And Freddy gets very mad because he was actually chasing that woman in her dream, and then she died before Freddy got to her.
Yeah.
I remember that, but I don't remember a scene of, like, sleeping with a dead person. Although I wouldn't put it past Freddy to do that. Is it Freddy that does that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That
It's
seems
Freddy
like a
who
Freddy
does it.
thing. But he was a
like-
creeper though. He creeped on little
Yeah.
kids. So that I'm not gonna say that's something that's, like, excusable. I'm just saying it's something that's, like, 100% in character for him, like, to just be weird to a body. But he
That's
would
what-
regularly he would regularly use the bodies to torture, like, people. Like, he would use dead bodies to mess with other people. Nico says, yeah, let's not forget Freddy was a pedo. Freddy was indeed a pedo. Yep. All right, Malika, you owe us one more. Could you come out here with Freddy versus Jason, and, like, now people are just mad.
I know people are mad. I don't really.
Let's
I
go.
don't
Take us to
really
church.
do
What you got?
Scary stuff.
You picked the category, ma'am.
For real.
I
This
threw
was her
it out
category.
there. I threw it out there, and I didn't expect anyone to to agree. Okay.
But like, you got to remember that you're talking to your brother who hates being scared but loves horror movies, and Darnel, who just watches every movie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this next one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay.
Let's see.
The Conjuring movies.
Okay.
Whew.
I'm trying to think what.
First of all,
Nico's-
if you
Nico says you also said 13 Ghosts too, so you're just out for hate.
apparently I can't do anything right.
So is it the whole are you just putting all of the Conjuring series out there, or is there a specific Conjuring movie that you don't like?
All of them.
Man, the first one's so good.
I didn't like any of them. But then
I'm
again,
trying to
I
remember
also
So-
I'm just very if it has to say based on a true story before it, you've already lost me.
Oh no, so that's okay. So here's my thing on horror, right? I hate jump scares because I think jump scares are cheap, they're cheap horror. And I've had many conversations about this with Darnell and others, and we've talked about this on other episodes. But when it comes to, like, how horror is done, if you put out a creepy feeling, or you put, like, a lot of my favorite movies in horror just focus heavily on good creepy stuff. And so The Conjuring is not on my list up here, but The Conjuring is so good because it has moments that are really tense. There's a great scene where she's looking down the stairs and you expect something to happen, and just when you think that everything's fine, the camera pans around and shows her, right, and right behind her some hands reach out and they clap and the lights go out.
The clap thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that scene to me is chef's kiss. Like, it's great. Nico says Mika just doesn't like scary movies. Yeah, no.
Word.
Like,
We've talked about this. I'm a chicken.
if it's like super, like if it's super jump scares, like that's not it for me. Like I hate to be scared, but I love the feeling of being creeped out. So like it's a weird balance for me. Like, I've seen so many, but like if I see something and I'm just like, no, this is just a jump scare waiting to happen, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Darnell, you have your last one?
Yes.
What do you got?
The Exorcist.
Woo, boy. We going with them hot takes.
Like, I remember the first, so I've seen it when I was like in 8th grade.
Okay.
And like, so my parents are like super religious, and I couldn't watch any evil movie or whatever because it invites the devil, whatever. So I wasn't allowed to watch it at my house. So like one day I was at my friend's house and spent the night, and he was like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna watch The Exorcist." So I was like, "All right, sure." I watch it, and I'm watching it, and I'm laughing the entire fucking time through this fucking movie. But I look over, and my friend and his entire family are huddled on the fucking couch, all like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "What? This is the movie y'all motherfuckers are scared of? Like, this is the movie that's supposed to send me to hell? Like, what is like, what is this bullshit?"
So Nico just said, "Nope, I might need to leave after that one." Oh man. So all right. So you guys don't know Nico, but Nico is like very big into like spooky season. Spooky season is her jam.
Mm-hmm.
So she's out here like you're probably just killing her right now.
Oh yeah, it hurt people's feelings.
Oh
yes.
god. All right. So my last movie is one that's like love-hate. So like it's really, really bad and should never be it should never be associated with the Halloween season. But it's also like really it's so bad it's good.
Okay.
Troll 2.
Okay.
Troll 2 is a terrible movie. And don't Nico says hardcore judging all of you, but most of those aren't horror movies, they're just horror films. That is true. And Troll 2 is also not a Halloween movie. It's just one that I hate to see on during like the season. I would rather watch it on the off season because like it doesn't really fit and it's like a bad one to go in there. But it's a really bad movie and it's shot really terribly and there's so many memes about it. And it's just terrible. I would rather watch that in like April. like when I'm just like it's springtime and it's time for me to watch bad movies and laugh. All right, we'll switch gears here because I don't think Malika has a 5th movie.
I thought I did 5.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, somebody's having no difficulties.
Yeah, we skipped you a lot, and you had some you had some like disconnects. So we're gonna switch gears into the movies that you love to watch in the season.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's go, Malika. What do you got?
Yes. Halloween Town.
We knew it was coming, and still we're surprised.
This motherfucker right here.
I love it. It's
Herculean's Heart says, surprising my favorite Halloween movies aren't horror, but are set in Halloween or deal with witches or death. Herculean Heart, me and you are going to get along when we get to my list. So what about Halloween Town really gets you going in the season?
Grandma Aggie. I just love the whole, she's this old witch that always comes around on Halloween, has the bag full with infinite amount of things. Just a little love, like, lore and magic of it.
Yeah.
It's just a really cutesy Halloween movie.
Okay. Nico says, "Where is the eye roll emoji when I need it?" Ooh.
Wow, coming for me today.
All right, Darnell, what you got?
All right. So I had so many good ones that I actually do like to watch, and you know what? I'm gonna go with the Ritual.
Okay.
I just watched it the other today, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I really liked it. Like, it has like the little suspense feel. It has the midsummer feel. Like it has like a lot of like Nordic ruins, and like you're stuck out in like the middle of nowhere in the woods.
Yeah.
Creepy vibe. Like there's like no racism and there's like no unnecessary killing of like people of color and date rapey vibes. And
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I just like this. And like the monster at the end is fucking dope. Like, I love a good fucking monster, and I hate when they hide it and they never show it, or like.
You want to see the monster?
Yeah, I want to see the monster. Like, at least some point, like a clear like visual of the monster, not just the glowing eyes in the dark and the person disappears.
Okay.
Like, I want to eventually see the monster, and I was like, yeah, okay, I like this. Like, this was fucking rad.
I will tell you, like, sometimes I like the monsters, sometimes I don't. Like, I saw Jeepers Creepers, and like,
Oh yeah.
Man, when they reveal that monster at the end, I was like, oh, what is it? What even is this? Like, I thought it was way creepier when it was just a dude in a trench coat. You know, because then you're like, you don't know what he is. He could be a pile of hams. All right, I'll give you one of mine, which always, every time we hit the Halloween season, I watch this movie. It's not even a horror movie. Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Hocus Pocus is my jam. Okay.
So good.
Right, you get the Sanderson sisters in here, and it takes place on Halloween. It's just you get the Virgin lighting the black flame candle. Like, it's great. All right, the original Buy Bread says best movie ever. Nico Lukidis says expected. Like, it is a classic. It's a classic. This is a movie that I watch this to get in the mood for Halloween, you know?
Right.
And here's something that I didn't even know. Have you guys ever watched this movie with subtitles?
No.
Yes.
I watched it recently with subtitles, and I was absolutely floored. Okay, because what's the name of the cat? The dude that gets turned into a cat.
Thackeray Binks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know it because you've seen it with subtitles. I always watched this movie and thought it was Zachary with a Z. I watched that movie with subtitles, and it says Thackeray, TH. What? Mm-hmm. I lost my mind. Herculean Heart says it's super creepy when you watch it as a kid because the witches are full blown crazy and the parents don't seem to understand the danger. It's on the tombstone. Yeah, it is on the tombstone, but I didn't read it originally. I was a kid when I saw it.
Well, even as a kid, I knew it was Thackeray.
Show off.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying because even the little sister says Thackeray Binks.
Yeah.
But
it
I
sounds
rewatched
like
it yesterday.
Zachary. Go ahead.
I rewatched it yesterday, and I've been watching this movie my whole life. I did not realize until yesterday that the father is wearing pajamas underneath his Dracula costume.
Okay.
Like that's a part of his costume, and I did not realize that until recently.
Do you want to know what's weird? There's a couple weird things in that movie that really watching it now. You're like, why is there like a whole like Eyes Wide Shut party going on like in Allison's like house? What is happening there? Like, because it looks like they're about like it looks like they're about to have like the rich people orgy.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, right? And like, we can't go further into it because we're family friendly. But like, what?
It definitely gave me Key Party vibes, and I'm like,
yeah,
huh.
And I don't know what was up, but like the little sister was like way too comfortable with the brother.
Yeah.
Like, all right, she was just randomly hiding in his closet, like to make fun of him when he thought he was alone. It's like, okay, you guys are way too comfortable, but okay, go off. Malika, what's your next movie?
Mama.
Okay.
Watched it.
It terrifies me. It terrifies me, but I love it.
I've seen
I hated
that
it at
one.
the beginning. I loved it at the end, or liked it at the end. Like the beginning was like, I like it took me a couple of tries to watch it. Like I started watching it and I'm like, this seems stupid. Turned it off, and then like one day I was like, well, I'm not doing anything now. I've watched everything else, so I started watching it and I'm like, oh, I see where y'all going with this. Okay, I like it.
Herculean Heart says, oh yeah, there was some Xmas Folders commercial vibes going on.
Oh, I think she's talking about the Folgers commercial.
Oh. All right, Darnel, what you got?
Okay. We're gonna go with The Crazies.
The Crazies.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen
remember
that.
I remember
Like
that.
with Timothy Oliphant and I don't know who else. But like government accidentally drops some chemicals in the drinking supply and it turns everybody crazy. And so they're kind of like this weird zombie thing. Like they know what they're like. Some of them just walk in the middle of the fucking fields and don't know what the fuck they're doing, but the others have full capacity to know what they're doing, and they're just going on fucking killing sprees.
Okay. Okay. Nico says nice, so she probably agrees with you on the Crazies.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I'm like, I really like it because it's like it's weird because it's like 1 minute you see them like kind of like off, and then the next they're like driving pitchforks through like fucking pregnant mothers' stomachs.
Okay. Okay. That sounds kind of hardcore. Let's see, another one for me. Great movie, not a Halloween movie though.
Play Halloween, so
Nico's out here correcting your spooky seasonness. All right.
Fight me.
Okay. So this movie is not a Halloween movie, but gives me Halloween movie fall vibes, and that's why I like to watch it during spooky season. Okay. It's a classic. It's The Craft. Okay. You get some witches together and they want to like get revenge on men and get even with people that have wronged them. I love that. That's my shit. Like I want to sip that like I sip my morning coffee. Plus they all.
Your thoughts on the?
Oh, you were gonna ask about the sequel?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Okay.
So because a lot of people look at it and they're like, oh, reboot, and it's like it's not a reboot. It's a sequel. Nico says we are the weirdos, mister, which yes, 100%. Herculean Heart, it's not a remake. It's a sequel. And I don't know like how they're gonna like do the connection or anything like that, but like there's a scene where they're going through the book and there's like a Polaroid of the crazy one. And so they talk about like binding and they go through the stuff. I'm kind of excited to see it just because like, you know, even if it's bad, I'm like like I can care less if a movie is bad. I just want to see something about it. Yes, it was Nancy. Thank you, Nico. But no, I love that. I love the revenge, like the sisterhood thing is all really cool. Like I love like the idea of just like becoming like really powerful using their stuff. Like they're just driving recklessly on the road, and then like, you know, there's the one like natural witch who's like, oh yeah, I actually had my powers, and everybody's like, oh, I lost mine, and she's like, bitch, I control the weather now. It's a very like spooky season movie for me. Hey Ray, what's going on? All right, Malika, what you got? What else? Halloween Town 2?
No, you're gonna hate me for this one, but Casper Meets Wendy.
Oh no. Go ahead.
It's so good. It's so good because it's so bad and it's so cheesy. Oh, but I love it. Come on, like a young, like just Hillary Duff was my idol. Okay, it was so good.
I've never even heard of this movie till right now.
What?
Okay, so Hillary Duff was playing a witch named Wendy, right? And Casper was Casper. And so basically it was a movie that was a crossover. It was the most ambitious crossover of all time. Avengers who? Infinity War what? No, Casper meets Wendy. That's the series.
Movies did Wendy have?
Oh god. A Herculean Heart says, Mika, I'm starting to question your taste in life choices. Nico says, how
now.
old is Mika?
I'm 5.
She's 86 according to earlier.
Yeah. She's somewhere between 5 and 86. The millennials don't claim her.
Wow. You leave me and my decoms alone, okay?
But the like the millennials don't claim her, and the Gen Zs are like, who's this old bitch? We can't even justify going through this movie. Like, I'd ask you to give me a synopsis, but like, oh my god, why?
Okay, but like when the ghost uncles and the witch aunts get together, come on.
Yeah, I sadly I have seen that movie and I know what you're talking about. And I'm mad because I probably watched it with you.
Wow.
Darnel, you have to watch it. I'm gonna make you watch it now.
Shit.
Oh god. Yeah, so Wendy was basically just it was just like a witch version of Casper. She had the exact same dynamic going on. Like think of Sabrina, but instead of her aunts being like cool, her aunts are crazy.
Got it.
All right, Darnell, what's next on your list?
All right, I got let me go with. I'll go with this one. Get Out.
Ooh, that's a very good horror. Is that seasonal though? You get them fall vibes from that movie?
You know what? Nah. Hey, I just went with scary because I couldn't think of it. Someone's.
That's fine.
Because like most of my things didn't come in to like that whole season, but it is a scary one. So I was like, you know what? I'm fucking with it. It's a scary movie.
I'll let you have it. My
like...
next one's not really good seasonal.
But I liked it. It's, you know, like it has like the whole weird, creepy, hypnotizing thing, and like the fucking mind controlling fucking zombies, and like just that creep factor of like that dude running in the middle of the fucking night and him walking outside. Like,
yeah.
What was that?
So Nico's halfway judging you. She's like, "They're still great movies, but none of them have been spooky season."
During spooky season, so fight me in real life.
Okay, so this isn't a spooky season movie, but it has ghosts, and I do watch it when spooky season. And it's not spooky at all because it's Ghostbusters. Oh, Tino! Thanks for the raid. Tino just raided us with 10 people, and he's hosting the stream for 46 viewers. Guys, raise the roof and stay calm and don't be weird because there's people here. Or continue being weird. We're talking about anybody that just joined us. We are talking about our best and worst Halloween movies. So we're going into it, and I just said one of my favorites is Ghostbusters, because it's not Halloween, but it's something I watch in spooky season, and it's so great. Because it's got the ghosts, it's got comedy. They all play dress up, so it feels like Halloween, right? And then they fight a god. Like, how can it be any like? any more of a Halloween movie. I love it. Exactly. No Dana, only Zool. Just like, it's just like, are you a god? Hey, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. It's such a good movie. All right, Malika, what you got?
It's not really a spooky season one, but it does have elements. It's Into the Dark, Pure. So like
What?
this.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, so it's a series of movies, like creepy, dark movies. So it's called Into the Dark. This particular movie is called Pure. Basically, it's this retreat for purity. Like it's like a father and daughter retreat to talk about purity. But at the end of it, like a bunch of crazy shit happens, and she gets possessed by Lilith and just goes on a killing spree.
Okay.
Okay. I'm with you so far.
It starts off slow, but it starts to pick up.
Okay.
Like there's supernatural elements on it. They hold a seance. It's weird, but it's also pretty badass.
Okay.
Like,
does it get you in the feeling of like? No.
What?
I said, does it get you in the feeling?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
What is it?
It's called Into the Dark, and then it's like the particular movie is called Pure. Also, shout out! It has one of my favorite YouTubers turned actors, Sailor J, also known as Jakara Smith. Love her.
Okay.
No clue who that is, but all right.
All right, Darnel, what you got?
Okay, I said good. I'm gonna go with Trick or Treat.
Ooh.
Okay.
So not just a horror movie, but you're actually seasonal.
Yes.
Woo! Let's hear it.
I like it because, like, it just tells like little stories of this small town of like messed up things go, and like how like what happens if you don't follow tradition. And there's a evil maniacal kid with a candy cane, and then there's just like people dying in some really weird ways. Like like the creeper dude just like ends up getting like eaten alive. It's like I like people getting their comeuppance.
Okay. So Nico said yes, all caps with 3 exclamation points. So she really agrees with you on this movie. Love it. Herculean Heart says, okay, this is why she knows such an obscure movie. Following her YouTuber crushes. Is that what's going on, Malika?
Why are you exposing me?
All right. Tino says he's off to cook dinner. See ya, Tino. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Original by Bread said, was hoping one of y'all would mention this movie. So there we go. That one was crossed off that list. All right. How many we got? Why did I have 6 movies on my 5 movie list? All right.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah. So this is another movie that's not horror, but I always watch in spooky season. And we know like it's something I can watch this any day of the year, but I always watch in spooky season, and I was just watching it today, and we just talked about it today in our own group chat, but it was Addams Family.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I can watch Addams Family anytime, but particularly when it hits fall and it hits spooky season, I'm like, give me some of that Gomez and Morticia Addams like love fest. They all get like creepy and spooky, and I'm like, ooh, man, let's get all together kooky. Let's go.
Wednesday is like the one-liners.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday is so good.
All your life.
Yes. That was from the second movie though. That was from Addams
good.
Family Values, which is also really good. But Addams Family in general, I do love to watch during spooky season. All right, Malika, what you got?
We did go see the cartoon version together too.
Oh yeah, we did, and that wasn't bad either.
It wasn't. Halloween Town High.
So you couldn't just say like the Halloween Town franchise.
No, because I don't really like the second one, and we all know that the fourth one doesn't exist.
Okay, so another Halloween Town movie has made it to your list.
But I do have an honorable mention if we can do those.
We can do
Yeah,
honorable
yeah.
mentions because apparently I have 6 movies. So,
Okay.
All right.
I mean, at least
So I guess-
Halloween Town's in the theme because Darnell only had 1 in the theme.
Yeah. Well, I got one movie in that thing. The rest were just semi-scary movies.
All right, what you got?
So Candyman,
Oh God, I love Candyman.
Ooh.
legit one of the few movies that actually scared me. And legit, I'm like, yo, don't go in the mirror and say the fucking word. It's not like I'm out, I'm leaving, I'm going home, or you get out. Like it's one of those who's like,
Yeah.
hey.
And
I'm
I think
sleeping with
theming that
lights
movie
on.
counts. Like I would say that
Okay.
movie fits the theme.
Alright, it's like, yeah, like that movie messed me up, and I was like, you know what? Nope. Like we're sleeping with the lights on me. Like I'm done. Like
Nico says Candyman is legit one of the greats. Steve says shout out for Candyman still holds up today. Absolutely does. All right,
They did a
another
remake
movie.
of that one too, right? Or they're
It's
doing
coming
They're
out.
doing
remake?
one, yeah.
it comes
Yeah.
out. It's supposed to come out next year.
Okay. Yeah, it's by this. It's Jordan Peele, right?
No,
No.
Jordan Peele's producing it. It's being billed as a
Okay.
Jordan Peele movie, but it's definitely not.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the woman, but
Yeah.
it's a woman that's making it. Herculean Heart says,
Okay.
"How come no one mentions Herculean Heart? Don't get ahead of me." like Herculean Heart's posting a list, and I'm like I was about to read them out, but it's like literally the next one on my list is one of the ones that they're mentioning. So Herculean Heart is calling us out for not mentioning Practical Magic, Nightmare Before Christmas, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Wallace and Gromit, and The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. And so, very next one on my list is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
You love that one.
Yeah, because it is both a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie, and I watch it all the time. And I most recently watched it on my birthday last week, and it was great. And it was really, really, it was really fun, and it still holds up today because it is fantastic. It's a good Tim Burton movie, and yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie.
First of all,
Nico,
it's both.
like, whew. Herculean Heart says you guys aren't covering Halloween movies. Herculean Heart is like trying to come at us for false advertising. I would say that The Night Before Christmas is both a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie because I can recite all the words to "This is Halloween."
I'll make a confession. I've never seen Practical Magic.
Ooh.
That's wow.
All right, so here's the thing I'm going to tell you guys. As far as Practical Magic is concerned, when we were talking about going through this list, and Malika said she didn't know what to put on her list, and I was making fun of her for having Halloween Town 7 times on her list, I said, don't put Practical Magic like you're a basic bitch. So I just want you to know that even though it's a really good movie, I told her not to put it on her list. So I don't know what her honorable mention is.
Like I'm reading the wows, I'm like, are they for me or for Mikey?
It's probably for you for not having seen Practical Magic. All right, Malika, what is your honorable mention?
So it's not necessarily Halloween, but it's pretty close. It's Coco, cause Dia de los Muertos.
Okay. Steve
love
Not
it.
Here says Sandra B doesn't deserve this. Herculean Heart says Practical Magic is a classic. You have to at least mention the classic. Nico says, Mikey, that's a basic fail. I didn't think she would listen to me and not put it on her list.
You know, guys,
Like-
like we're organized.
Here's the thing. Like, I figured she would put it on her list because my mom has made us watch that movie at least 50 times.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's
was-
great.
It was either look, I was gonna put it on my list. It was between that one or The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock. Like,
Oh,
those were two that I was very strongly considering putting on my list.
but that's not even like seasonal. I mean,
See,
fine,
so
it's
I just
whatever.
went scary.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
And actually, if
Nico
you
says
look
that's
it
good
up on,
mothering.
like, if you look it up on Hulu and other things, it's under the Halloween list.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, what? So Coco was on your list. That's a good movie,
yeah.
and it definitely fits the theme. Not the scary theme, but fits the theme. All right.
Yeah.
Darnell, do you have an honorable mention, or do you have a last movie?
My honorable mention is a scary movie, not necessarily saying, holiday specific, but like scary movie nonetheless. Train to Busan.
Okay. That
Like,
movie is really interesting.
yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
Let's see,
Zombies.
Nico commented only because a lot of people only watch horror during spooky season. That's probably exactly what it is for you, Malika. That you're just like, it's October, so it's time to watch like 87 horror movies, and then now you associate horror movies with Halloween.
Basically, yeah.
Same.
Look, I won't watch them unless I have to. Okay.
So, but I've heard Train to Busan. Like everyone says so many good things about Train to Busan as being like a really good horror movie.
Yeah, I really liked it. Like, since Mika over here doesn't know what it is, essentially a bunch of people are like trying to leave out of town, and there's like a zombie outbreak, and some of the zombies get on the train, so like they're stuck on like the Amtrak cross country with a train with half the train car full of fucking zombies.
Let's see here. Herculean Heart says Korean cinema is very gory and violent. Nico says Train to Busan is awesome. Yeah. All right. So another movie that is on my list, because I don't know why I couldn't count to 5. But also a very good Halloween movie, in my opinion, is Halloween. Because it takes place on Halloween. And it is so... Okay, that movie is shot so well. And it's so creepy. And parts of it hold up and parts of it don't. But there were so many scenes, like, just from, like an imagery perspective. Well, because, Nico, I'm counting up. This is like me kind of naming them in order. So Halloween gets top billing for me. It's not that I didn't take, like, she says, how did y'all take this long to name Halloween? And it's just like, because it's at the top. So like the framing is immaculate. There are so many scenes where it just shows like Michael Myers in the background. And it's not even like it's not even like it's not even focusing on him. He's just there because he's just doing creepy shit. Plus, there's so many like actual creepy scenes where he's just staring, and she looks out the window and he's there, and then she looks later and he's not there. And he's just a silent dude that kills people. I love it. And let's see. Halloween and Halloween 2 are automatic spooky season go-to musts. I agree with that. I'll do. I can give or take Halloween 3 or Halloween Resurrection.
Which we saw?
What was that?
Like, which the Halloween movie that we saw? Like, went to the movie theater like a few years back. Which one was that?
The most recent one.
Yeah.
So that was. I think it's just called Halloween 2018, is what they called it. So that one ignored the canon of all the rest, because like it's weird because they've rebooted it, like, and they've retconned parts of it. So the most recent one retcons it and only says number 1 exists and maybe number 2. So it depends on your interpretation of it. But yeah, so number 1 at least exists.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid, but yeah.
I liked Halloween 2018. I really wanted to see the part 2 of that.
Yeah.
Because like there is a part 2 that's supposed to have come out, but it's not. So we'll see how that is once we actually get to it. But no, Halloween is
Coronavirus.
just it's considered to me like a very like essential Halloween movie. Um and man, just so many good scenes. And you know, he actually like functioned as both a person and a crazy killer. So you know, it's not like with like Jason Voorhees where he was like, you know, really like supernatural. It worked, you know. All of these things could happen, which is why I like it, because it adds to the creepy factor, which is, like I said, that's something that is very essential to me in horror films.
Throw a motherfucker out a window. They don't just get back the fuck up. And I've thrown people out of windows.
I mean, but like, it's not impossible for them to do that. But like, you know, he's not like the kind of person where, you know, it's later movies where they shoot him a million times and he lives, you know. But in the first movie, he's just a really big crazy guy, and like, you know, when you injure him, he gets injured, you know. He's not invincible. So I tend to go for that stuff, you know. Like Jason originally wasn't like invincible. Like
late.
Yeah, well, if you go if you go through like the Friday the 13th movies, it's like so weird. Like because originally it was his mom that was the killer, and obviously she wasn't invincible because they killed her. And then it was a little kid, but then like in Friday the 13th 2, he wasn't a little kid. And it's not till like Jason Goes to New York, like I think it's I want to say it's Friday the 13th 4 where we get introduced to like Super Jason, where he's got like all these powers and shit, and like maybe he teleports according to some people's theories, which is weird. But yeah, let's go through some of these movies that Herculean Heart was very upset that we didn't even talk about. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Love it.
If you love it, why wasn't it on your list?
First of all.
Okay.
Don't come at me like that. All right. I love it, but it's not one of my tops. Okay.
Yes, Halloween Town apparently tops it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay, come at me, bro.
Nico says Friday the 13th was scariest when it was his mom. Nico says not a Halloween movie. I'm assuming she's referring to Rocky Horror Picture Show. What else is on the list?
Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and Gromit and the Curse of Werewolf. I don't know if that's trolling, but is that like... I mean, have you seen that? I haven't even seen that.
I don't think I've seen that one either.
Is that trolling? Because that doesn't feel like it's one of the ones that I'm like, oh yeah, top 10 Halloween movies that goes on the list.
Like, I feel like I've seen a trailer for it, or maybe bits and pieces of it, but I don't think I've actually sat through the whole film.
Okay. So, Practical Magic, even though we all said not to talk about it.
Well, I'd never even heard of it.
All right.
Shameful.
So where are you at with Practical Magic, Malika?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. Like, it's just okay. It's a little hard to watch, especially as someone who has seen and experienced a lot of domestic violence, because that is a very prominent issue in the film. But aside from that, I love the whole words are so hard right now. Ideology of finding love and, you know, magic in between all that.
All right. Jaybird says, "What's up? Hey, Jaybird, how's it going?" Nico says Wallace and Gromit is good, but wouldn't say a top. Herculean Heart says it's a classic, but it's British and claymation. All right. Here's a honorable mention from me. Not really horror, but if we're on the subject of witches, Witches of Eastwick.
Oh.
Like, that movie is such a classic, like a classic in weird horror. and that one is like, what? Like,
I haven't seen that in a while.
yeah. Have you seen that one, Darnell?
I can't. I know the name, but I can't think if I've actually seen it.
So it's got like Cher and Jack Nicholson, and I think Jack Nicholson's like kind of like a warlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's three witches like that are working together, and they work with Jack Nicholson. And at some point, he turns into a giant head. It's such a weird movie. Oh, Nico says he's the devil.
Yeah, he gets them all to fall in love with him, and then they find themselves doing things they wouldn't normally do.
And then they do this whole thing with like a voodoo doll.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's one of those movies that you have to like Darnell. I think you clearly haven't seen it because like you would be like, what the fuck? Like it's one of those movies where you watch and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? Herculean Heart says, what about Paranorman?
Oh, that one was cute.
Paranorman is a really cute movie. I don't know if it goes near the top for me. Like
it's
I'd say
not near the top, but it's.
Herculean Heart says, has anyone ever seen Cabin in the Woods or Jennifer's Body? Yes to both.
Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jennifer's Body because I can't find it on any of my streaming things. But yeah, Cabin in the Woods is like one of my faves.
Okay, so let's talk about Jennifer's Body real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jennifer's Body is one of those movies that is really weird. Because
slightly gay.
Yeah. Nico's pointing out that Witches of Eastwick were Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Susan Sarandon. So Jennifer's Body was railroaded by the media because it was right around the time that what's her name?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox
Yes.
was coming out and talking about some of the things that she was dealing with, and separating herself from Transformers, and the director and her experiences, because she was treated kind of really badly, and from there, the movie was received really poorly, but now has this like really big cult following because the movie's actually not bad.
It's not. She just got a lot of unnecessary hate for it. Everything.
Yeah. That movie was really good, and kind of gay. Like, I understand why you like it, Malika. Like, why are you covering your face? Like you are the friend. You are Jennifer's friend. Herculean Heart says the movie is a great commentary. Yes, I agree with that.
All right, now I'm gonna go find it and watch it this weekend or tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you out.
No,
I'll
you
check
gotta
some
watch
streaming
Lovecraft
services.
Tonight.
What?
You have to watch Lovecraft tonight. You can't watch anything else.
He's got time. I'm like 10 episodes behind.
I have one episode to watch, and apparently I can't go back to work till next Sunday. So.
Okay.
Jesus.
You've got time.
Yeah, the Corona quarantine apparently doesn't mean anything if I get negative COVID.
Jeez.
Yep.
All right. Are there any other honorable mentions or worthwhile movies from you guys or chat? Let's open it up. What are some movies that you either disagreed with us on or think should have been on the list that didn't make it? Witches?
What?
Switches.
Oh, Malika wanted Twitches to be on the list, which is, for those of you guys who haven't seen it, the movie with Tia and Tamara, the twins, as twin witches.
Twitches! Like I said, leave me and my decoms alone.
Malika was out here like sister. She's like, I want sister, but make it about witches. Nico says witches. Nico says trickster. Herculean Heart says Crimson Peak. I know it's not Halloween, but great gothic.
Crimson Creek.
I have not seen Crimson Creek.
Oh,
Or Crimson
Dark
Peak.
Shadows.
What?
Dark Shadows?
Dark Shadows.
The Johnny Depp movie?
Yeah. That one was decent.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman movie. with
Oh,
Johnny
Sleepy
Depp.
Hollow?
Sleepy Hollow.
That's a good one.
Here's my thing. Ghost Pepper take on Tim Burton and Johnny Depp and HPC. They do the same characters, the same movie every time. Like, I get that Tim Burton has an aesthetic, and his aesthetic is Johnny Depp and HPC together. But like, it feels almost like you've seen them all, because like I'm sitting here and I'm just like, okay, am I watching Sweeney Todd, or am I watching Dark Shadows, or like, what is this? And like, oh, I guess there's a werewolf in this movie, so that's different. You know, I think Dark Shadows was really good. I don't know if it really fit like the seasonal kind of thing. Herculean Heart says that Crimson Peak is a Guillermo del Toro movie. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Nico says that she just watched Sleepy Hollow last night. Nico, do you have are you going through like a Halloween like movie list? Are you just like going through like spooky season and just making your way through a bunch of movies? Nico says the three of them got comfortable after a couple movies working together and just repeat the same thing. Absolutely agree.
Yep.
That happens so much.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean they share everything except a black castmate.
Yeah, we went there, Mika.
Yeah. Did I stutter? Bro, they finally brought one black movie into one of their movies, and it was a villain.
Well,
Nico said kinda, but she watches horror movies year round though.
respect to you.
Yeah.
I can't. No.
I can't watch horror movies year round. But that's because I'm like a big scaredy cat, so I can't do it. Like, I want to, and like I do watch a lot of horror movies. Like, we did those like BuzzFeed like things, because Nico shared it, that she was like, she put up the BuzzFeed like, if you've watched X amount of movies, you're brave. And I'm like, I've watched so many of these movies, but like also I didn't want to watch any of these movies. like I'm a scaredy cat. Like, I can't do it.
Me with all of the Conjuring films. I was forced into watching all of them.
Like, I watch them when they come, and like it really depends. All right, here's the thing: if you put a kid in your movie, in your horror movie, and the kid does anything slightly creepy in the trailer, that's right out. Like, no, I can't. So I can't watch those movies, because here's the thing: like, I'm gonna have kids at some point, right? And so if I watch all these horror movies where these kids are doing weird things at 3 a.m, like, one day I'm going to have a child, and at 3 a.m, a kid's going to tap me on the shoulder. I'm going to wake up and punt a kid. And I don't want to do that.
I want you to. I want to make a Facebook status for it. So, did y'all guys hear about Mikie kicking his kid through a window?
Oh my god. Nico says, I love creepy movies. Jump scares are cheap. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that.
Honorable mention. Since you said about like Eli Manor or whatever, the TV show Evil. I finished watching that and I liked it. So like, y'all should go check that out and tell us how you like it.
Okay.
I was gonna bring up The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yeah, Bly Manor.
Those are two very good ones. And I'm a chicken shit, but when The Haunting of Hill House came out, I think last year, 2 years ago, I was in it. I started it for the gays, but stayed for the storyline.
Nico says, so good. Evil is awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So the Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, are there jump scares?
Yes.
Are there a lot of jump scares? Like, do they rely on jump scares for
No. The thing about, especially with Haunting a Hill House, how they get you is the ghost that you see but don't think you're supposed to see, because there's a lot of figures or ghosts in the background that make you feel like you're losing your mind. So when
Yeah.
you watch it, you'll notice things and you're like, wait, is that supposed to be there? Is that intentional, or am I seeing shit?
Ooh, okay.
And that's one of the things that kept me in it, because it was just so many background ghosts that you're just like, how did you get there? Why are you there? What's your story?
Thank you so much for everybody that watched and participated in the conversation with us. We love talking about our favorite and least favorite Halloween movies with you guys, and doing a little bit of bonus discussion. So if you participated, we love you. We want to see more of you guys. We love having these conversations. And if you want to see more, please let us know somewhere on the internet. You can find us all at the locations listed under our names. On Twitter, you'll find Geeky Mika. On Twitter, you'll find Darnel under Poop on a Window. And then you can find me as Mikie Cool anywhere else on the internet. So let us know. We are Nerds in the Dark, and thank you so much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Deuces.